Government plans to tweak eco-sensitive zone rules on Upper Ganga stretch. What were the restrictions that 2012 notification brought on a 100-kilometer stretch of the Ganga? If tweaked the eco-sensitive zone status of Upper Ganga, what would be the impacts of hydroelectric projects that are about to loom? What is riverbed mining? What are the impacts of riverbed mining? GS Paper 1, Changes in critical geographical features, including water bodies and ice caps, and in flora and fauna and the effects of such changes. What is the context about? 4 years after a government ban on mining and dam building on a 100-kilometer stretch of the Ganga, an Environment Ministry panel is considering a dilution of its provisions to lift the ban. In 2012, after years of struggle by environmentalists, the ministry notified the entire stretch of the Ganga's tributary Bhagirathi from its origin at Gomak to Uttarkashi as an eco-sensitive zone, ESZ. What were the restrictions that 2012 notification brought on a 100-kilometer stretch of the Ganga? The notification prohibited new hydroelectric power plants and expansion of existing plants on this stretch. There were exceptions on micro or mini hydel power projects up to 2 megawatts, which would serve the energy needs of the local communities. It also banned all types of mining of minerals except for the domestic needs of residents. If tweaked the eco-sensitive zone status of Upper Ganga, what would be the impacts of hydroelectric projects that are about to loom? Due to river diversion over long stretches of the river, the run-of-river hydropower plants may result in flooding on the upstream of the project for storage. Drastic variability in water flow impacts the structure of aquatic ecosystems, often leading to a loss of biodiversity. Dams have major impacts on the physical, chemical and geomorphological properties of a river. Large dams with reservoirs significantly alter the timing, amount and pattern of river flow. This changes erosion patterns and the quantity and type of sediments transported by the river. Trapping of sediments at the dam also has downstream impacts by reducing the flux of sediments downstream, which can lead to the gradual loss of soil fertility in floodplain soils. Studies indicate that man-made lakes in tropical climates tend to reduce convection and thus limit cloud cover. Therefore, large dams have a slight moderating effect on the local climate. Many scientists believe that seismic activity can be attributed to the creation of dams and their adjacent storage reservoirs. What is riverbed mining? Riverbed mining is the mining of sand, gravel, stones and boulders from riverbeds, and mostly it happens because demand of the real estate and construction industries. What are the impacts of riverbed mining? Riverbed mining causes erosion and often leaves the river plains much more vulnerable to flooding because it allows loose landmass to be washed downstream, especially during monsoons. It can also cause salinity intrusion into the rivers, damaging riverine ecosystems. Riverbed mining and construction in eco-sensitive zone causes several alterations to the physical characteristics of both a river and riverbed. Riverbed mining can cause lowering the groundwater table in a floodplain and can cause flood. Excessive pumping out of groundwater during sand mining, especially in abandoned channels, generally results in depletion of groundwater resources, causing severe scarcity and affecting irrigation and potable water availability. Riverbed mining will result in flood havocs,